Hey, this is a video about branding and pricing, but it all starts out with these cushions, and I want to tell you a little bit about why I feel so guilty and a little bit proud every time I see them in my house. And the ironic thing is, I don't even put them out. Missoni cushions, even as small as this, can retail on average around $250, and I saw these on sale in a store, but they didn't have the price tag on them. So I took them up to the counter and I was thinking, maybe $100 a cushion, and I handed them over and the guy couldn't find the price either, and after such a long time of looking, he said, how about $9.99? And in my head, I heard $99, but he meant $10, and I got to thinking about, well, you know, it's really hard to price your product or service. Of course, the first port of call is to make sure you're making enough of a margin so that you can run your business. But the second thing is to think about, can the people who you want to buy your product afford it? Is it too expensive? Or, crazily enough, there are some markets that you need to make it more expensive for people to buy because they associate it with branding. But let's go in and break down some of the elements that are good to consider when you're thinking about pricing. The first consideration, and maybe the most obvious, is COGS, or cost of goods sold. So what you're thinking about here is the hard cost of your product, and that might be the actual cost of producing the product, also thinking about any overheads like rent that might be going into it, staffing costs, maybe putting a little percentage in there for returns, shipping fees, all of that built in there so you know exactly how much it costs. Then you build your margin on top of that. There are definitely industry averages that you can have a look at there. I believe, although it does definitely vary company to company, that apparel is around 200%, whereas beauty is more like 400%. Something that may punch into your COGS that's unexpected, especially if you're shipping globally, is geography, because that can come with different taxes. It can also come with not just taxes, but also different shipping costs as well. And you're gonna need to build that into your costs so you don't give away all of your margin. To me, this last consideration is the really interesting one, and this is about branding. So where are you positioning yourself in the market? Are you a mass market product or are you a high-end product? Because straight away we know that mass market is usually inexpensive and high-end is usually very expensive. So you might get a bigger margin if this is the market that you're targeting and your quality meets the sort of price point that you want to put on it here. Also good to think about your specific audience, their age, you know, thinking about how much disposable salary they may have to spend, and really considering, you know, would they spend that much money, or how much would they spend on this particular product or service if they were to bring it into their home. To me, branding is the most interesting part of pricing, because it's the thing that in my head had me wanting to pay $100 a pillow here and had the assistant wanting to sell them to me for $10 a pillow. So branding can take you a long, long way in pricing. One situation I haven't dealt with is when you have to price the product somewhere that's a little higher than what you believe the market will pay for it. I can theorize a few solutions to that, but if anyone out there has had that experience, I would love to learn about it, so please put it into the comments. Also, talk to me a little bit about things that you've been surprised cost the amount that they do, either less expensive or more expensive than you thought that they would be, and how you're starting to think about pricing in your own business as well. I'd love to hear about all of it. Anyway, I hope you're having a great week. I hope that you've stumbled across some great cushions as well, and don't forget, do everything before you're ready. Bye.